iRacing is a sim racing game that combines a true-to-life racing experience with an online community of virtual racing enthusiasts all around the globe. iRacing offers a multitude of officially licensed cars and tracks, laser scanned with millimeter accuracy. The car models and mechanical systems are based on real-world physics, engineered in cooperation with manufacturers and racing teams. Our skill license system ranges from rookie to pro, ensuring members are always pitted against those with similar skill sets. Members are able to sign up for a weekly racing series, compete in time trials, host a private race with friends, and participate in racing leagues created and run by the community. With over 200,000 members, iRacing works in partnership with renowned motorsports organizations like NASCAR to deliver virtual races based on the real-life NASCAR Cup Series, as well as many other series on the NASCAR ladder. iRacing also features team racing, providing a variety of options for members to create and manage their own teams, race with friends or real-world teammates in full-length endurance events like the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, or the Bathurst 12-Hour. Participate in solo races, championship seasons, and hosted in league events with AI racing. With a rapidly expanding catalog of 70-plus cars and 85-plus tracks from real-world racing series, test your abilities with challenging computer-based competition. Additional partners include IMSA, the World of Outlaws, and Supercars, allowing members to participate in their very own Bathurst 1000, Chili Bowl, Sebring 12-Hour, and many more iconic events. This is iRacing, delivering the most authentic racing experience short of getting into a real race car. Sign up today at iRacing.com.
Well, hello and welcome. We're back. Season 2 of Multiclass. You know it's going to be a banger, don't you? You know that Multiclass, it's chaos. It's a symphony of action. And we've got 60 minutes of racing coming up for you. It's going to be absolutely wild. There's no two ways about it. I mean, sports cars, it's never been so good, really, has it, within the iRacing system or even real life. And, well, as you can see, brand new headset, you know, upgrades all round the stream, lovely little surrounds and everything. It's all going on here. But we'll get stuck across into things. Of course, what have we got coming up for you across the next few weeks here at UKSR? Screenshot slightly out of sync there. LMP2, of course, will be featuring along the way. Let's back it up here. Of course, GTD Pro. We've got them all there. the Cadillac. Who's going to race Supreme? Cadillac, Porsche, Acura, of course the old faithful LMP2. That's 2 crosses this season, Pro and Pro-Am. Keep an eye out for that one. I'm sure we're going to have a few overachieving Pro-Ams with us soon. Those both cars, both the prototypes, 100% fuel capacity for them. However, across into GT3, nicely timed that screen there. Split to GT3 Pro and Pro-Am there. All the cars, of course, the new Corvette and the Mustang as well. Oh, it's all exciting. But these cars are limited to 70% fuel capacity. Of course, ensuring they have to make a split stop. Yeah, this is where we're going to visit all season long. Oh, way up. That's all gone a bit wrong there. Algarve. 60 minutes race tonight, round 2, Nürburgring, Daytona. One of 2 90-minute races we've got coming up for you this season, no less. The other one being the season finale at Le Mans. That's going to be an absolute banger. There's no way, 2 ways about it. What else we got? Mosport. That's going to be a fascinating one. That is a really underrated circuit, in my opinion. I think that could be a really wild race, and I think that could be the jewel in the crown. Fuji, of course, the iconic circuit. That back start-finish straight, whoa, done. People are going to be absolutely nailing it down there. Road America, another classic. Do you know what? I think another really underrated circuit when it comes to sports car racing. I definitely want to watch out for. Barcelona. Well, I don't know about that one. That's either going to be an absolute barnstorm or nothing at all. It's a weird circuit. It either delivers to the max or nothing. Let me know what you think across in chat. Of course, you'll be going to be with me every step of the way in chat, so let me know who you're supporting, who you're cheering on. I'll tell you, we've got so many teams with us this season. Well, yeah, obviously kicking off in the background there as well. Sports car engines, plenty, all happening. And, well, I'll tell you what, should we get stuck into, oh, of course, weather. I tell you, you're going to love this one. Weather. Of course, we're going to have some wet races this season. It's going to be based around real life. Of course, heading into the summer, so maybe, you know, I have a few splits of rain. There's no British circuits on there, so I avoid it. But let's have a look at the weather for today. I told you, fancy new graphics. Now, SDT8 completely broke on me, so I had to rebuild that rather than record the fancy, you know, weather graphic that's got an iRacing now. But we get to enjoy. Look at these beautiful, picturesque scenes just across the... No, that side, are you Tim? That side. No chance of rain today. We are completely fine. Dry racing all the way. That's not going to affect strategy too much, but when it does come later in the season, undoubtedly, it's going to rain at some point. Let's face it. What are the chances, you know? It's going to be absolute chaos, and those that can master it are going to reign supreme. Pun intended. Pun intended, indeed. Let's get trackside, though. That's enough of me. Of course, I failed to mention. I'm Tim Cox. You might, I'm sure you know that by now. If you've been around here enough, I've been around the iRacing scene, you've come across me before. No, it's a family show. Stop it. Stop it already. Yeah, coming up for you, qualifying. That's going to be broken down into 3 segments this season. That's coming up for you in 4 minutes' time here on the channel. First up, it's going to be GTP, I believe, followed by LMP2. And then rounding things off with GT3, no less. Going to be, of course, track to themselves for each of those categories, 10 minutes per category, but all the drivers out on track during those sessions. Right. Let's have a little look, and we got time? We have. I think we've got enough time here. We can head across. And let's check out exactly... we're going to pick someone out here. Who's starting a lap? Now this, as you know, if you've been around for long enough, will know all well that... so that's... yeah, where I had to rebuild the file. There are a couple of... I'm not going to lie. Bonus points for spotting them out. There are remnants of the old GT3 project. It's exactly what you need, isn't it? Oh. There you go. Someone binning it there. Right. Here we go. We're going to go Aaron Morgan. Going to get on board with you. We're going to go for a lap around Portimao. Here we go. Down towards turn 1. Of course, to play up as much as you can of that beautiful hybrid system now boosts you on down through too. So over a kink in these cars and winding it down. And this is going to be treacherous. Always a bit slippery getting on the power through here. Balance the throttle up through 4, crest of the hill. Lovely opportunity to overtake coming up here right now on the brake, especially when we get deeper into the race. Those classes get jumbled up. Flick it back. Pretty much turn almost back on yourself before you head up the hill once more. Or a kink through here before we hurl it in right. Hold on tight. Or settling the car down. Take plenty of that curve on the inside. Wind it out. Let it drift. Let it move wide. As so many of these prototypes, certainly the GTPs are just merely micro lifts, if anything at all, around Portimao. Rounding things up, really using the curves here. Another, well, this will venture the brave. Caught the sausage curb on the inside there. That's going to catch a few people out, undoubtedly. It's the last couple of corners now. This is all about being patient, building that momentum, building that speed, keeping it up, feathering the throttle. Take as much of that curb as you can on the inside. Hold on for dear life. And then you enter the pits. The clatter and a bang. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful. Oh god, it's back again. It's back. There we go. Yes, so many of you this season, we've got some really well supported teams. Here's one of them. We've got the Effect boys and girls. Prizes for picking out which one's more fairies. The great staples of the non-pro scene. Olympus there. There's Thomas, well, was Thomas Cope before he parked it up. Austin William Campbell. Another one of the Effect boys and girls. And yeah, plenty of, I'll tell you what driver who hasn't set a time is that one, Paul Busby. Sat in the pits, just casually chilling there. But there you go, you can see we're transitioning through the sessions now. That is the end of practice. Qualifying about to begin very, very shortly. Time to take some deep breaths. Get ready. It's going to be thick. It's going to come fast at you as qualifying. As I said, 10-minute sessions per class. Not a lot of time, and that's going to affect things. It's, as mentioned, GTP up first. So, see them heading out. The Acura is heavily supported here today. In fact, it's only 2 that are running. No, 3. I lie. You got this guy. Oh, okay. Cy Anthony, just having a slight moment there. Coming out the pits for Dragon Simifate. Symfinity. Sorry. Symphonite. Get there in the end. Oh, all a bit of a fluster, but we're getting there. I'm having that iconic Olympus livery. We love that as commentators because it just stands out so much. The pink and the white and the blue. It's what you want if you want plenty of time on screen. Yeah, as mentioned, I've got Cy Anthony in the Porsche, in the Caddy. Of course, the true fan favourite due to the sound that it makes is Sam Sherwood of Protect Motorsports in the 171 car. There he is, and Joe Newman being another one. He's in the Porsche on board with that car. A little well, oh, blimey, I tell you what, you look away from chat for 5 seconds and it just populates absolutely massively. Charles Bouchard, I love you, my man. Let's go Olympus. My favourite Alabamian. Get it right one day, why not, mate? Get it right one day. Sean Cranley Swash. I'll tell you what, it's everyone's coming out of the woodworks, aren't they? Gina Peters there, Go Bearings, the rest of DCW. Matty Wild, hashtag Team DCW. Driver's just finishing towards their out laps. A few from starting flying laps right now as well. There's one of them. Sophia Redpath of Olympus. I tell you what, we've got This, I get the feeling, is going to be Olympus versus Effect in GTB in terms of the teams that we've got. Also, I'll tell you what, one to watch out for is going to be this guy here, Patrick Thompson of Apex Racing Academy. Yeah, he'll be one to watch out for. He's going to have to do it alone, though. No teammates to help him. Joshua Wilson setting good times in the early stages. Where is old sweetie boy? There he is. And this. I'm sort of having a bit of a moment. But yeah, not long left. We're going to get some times on the board. Bit of a long lap around at Portimao when it comes. Just sat here waiting these initial times. So Newman setting the initial time. Wilson goes faster by only a 10th and a half. David Labette faster then. Campbell slots it onto the front row with Labette. Only 4 times in so far. Sherwood into 5th on these first round of times. Van der Walls, I tell you what, Davis Lane so long it doesn't fit in the timing screen there. Goes onto the front row with Labette. That's looking like a really strong lap for the Effect car in these opening stages. That's pretty much, I think. Oh no, we've got Ben Cullen still to come across the line. What sort of time has he set? No purple sectors there, but it's good enough for 7th on the grid provisionally for him. So he will be the very last car across the line come the end. It's around the top. So Labette leads that one. Effect simulations in the Club Sport livery there. Josh Wilson on another absolute fly. I tell you what, I remember, this is showing my sim racing age a bit. Joined roughly the same sort of time. I've ended up in the commentary booth because I'm very good on the track, whereas Josh has gone from strength to strength. Shows how some people develop. Some far better than others, hey. But yeah, he's got a 10th and, well, 0.18 seconds to make up, and he does. And some more for the response for Damien Labette. Slaps it. New benchmark, 130.12. As Van der Walls for Olympus goes on to provisional pole. The Flying Dutchman does it by half a 10th. Tight margins. Tight margins. Alan McGregor up into 7th. Patrick Thompson, really struggling that opening lap. Going to come across the line here. Nothing special going on from him. Thomas Cope up into 6th there. Thompson going to remain. Labette is on another stormer here. Fastest in Sector 1. He wants that pole position back from Van der Walls. Acura occupying the top 6 spots in qualifying. Then it's the 2 Porsches of Newman and McGregor. The caddy of Sherwood in 9th. The lone caddy, in fact, in the field. Tom Carroll in chat saying, this is going to be messier than NURBS T1. No, I don't think so. Ooh, Damien Labette, that's slacking there. No improvement in Sector 2, although we can't quite see exactly just how much slower he has gone. Long left in the lap for him, just coming through the last couple of corners. What's he got in this final sector? Is it enough to take away pole from Van der Walls? We're just, well, he's going to get a chance to go again. He pulls to the inside. I don't think that's a good lap, no. It's not. He bails. Right, did not feel confident in that one. Clearly no improvement for him. He resets the car. He goes again. Thompson, though, is the one that's worrying me. This is going to come either thick and fast. He's going to slap in a mega lap right at the end. Or not at all. We've got 3 minutes left in GTP qualifying. And no real improvements. A lot of drivers on outlaps at the moment. Spoke about that Olympus versus Effect battle. Well, it's currently we've got 3 Effect cars in an Olympus well, sandwich. No, well, this is where the whole sandwich debate gets in. You know, real life sandwich versus being sandwiched between. So we've got right now it is Olympus, effect, Olympus. Thompson did improve there on his lap. Moves himself up from 15th in class to 7th on the grid. Behind that gaggle of cars. Sapir Redpath, the only Olympus stroke effect driver out of place. There she is for Olympus. Down in 11th and has about 4 cars between herself and that gaggle that we've got going on between those drivers. Dan Sedgley, one of the ones who we haven't mentioned so far for Olympus. There he is in the Acura. And Acura now occupying the top 7 positions. A lockout of the free front row. Yeah, I got that right. The front 3 rows. That's a tongue twister and a half. Budget Racing Noob over on YouTube chat. All that nearly came out as a massive slip-up, displacing the CH in chat for a TW. Oh dear, that could have been disastrous. But yeah, good luck all. Saying good luck. Tell you what, I'm not hearing much from Twitch chat. Plenty from YouTube chat. We need to switch that up a bit. Plenty of you watching along at home. Great to have you all on board. As always, as we're coming into the final minute of qualifying, drivers on their final laps, getting them on board. Wilson, no improvement in lap time there, goes ever slightly slow. So Van der Waal is done in qualifying. Right, so that time is locked in at a 1:30.08. A bit further down, Joe Nettles of Tiki Sim Sports improving. Green in sector 1 for the 70 car. Right, here comes Sedgley across the line. No real improvements unless he's had a mammoth final sector. Looks like he's going to stay 5th. Is there an improvement from him? Well, negligible at best. He misses out. I mean, listen, look at how close the times are. And we've only just got going. He misses out on the second row of the grid by 0.02 of a second. Crazy stuff. Crazy stuff. Wilson, in fact, set him and his teammate. I'll tell you what, consistency between the Effect team. And just under 2 tenths separating for the top 3 of them. I'll tell you what, I'm so excited, I can't even get my words out. But this is looking like we're done here. At Thomas Cope, not a lot happening from him. Wilson, I imagine he's going to pull it into the pits now. Green in sector 1. Yeah, no real improvement there. Patrick Thompson, though. What have you got? No improvement in sector 1. Sector 2, Green. It's looking slow, but sometimes that just means it can look quick out there. And he pulls it in. He pulls it in. Right, it is time now for LMP2 to head out on track. There you go. Some of the more Effect simulation drivers. Quite a few drivers. About just running out his lap. I hope he's got. Well, we didn't see that one. I thought everyone was done in qualifying. He went again. Labette steals it from Van der Waals. Now, how? Oh, that was close. Wow, will he be allowed to start from first? Will he have to swap it around with the Olympus driver? Bit of drama. We were only just getting going here, folks. And already, it's getting spicy. Of course, we are in Portugal, the home of peri-peri sauce, no less. And there is definitely no... what's the poor man's favourite? It's lime and something or other. I don't bother with that, you know. If you don't go home with your mouth on fire, is it really worth it at all? Someone's going to let me know in chat what the weak Nando's player. UKSR Chris Eddy. Chris Edford, welcome along. What's going on here then? Yeah, I mean, it's a great lap, but well, he would have got it started just, I think, just before the clock fell onto 10 minutes. And he went for it. And he got pole with it. So, I mean, hey, it's a 666 machine. If you're into all that sort of thing, I mean, maybe, you know, a bit of voodoo. I don't know. I don't know. You're too far away now from getting some LMP2 times in. There we go. First off, it's Effect again, Emil Koopmans, and it's another Dutchman that's going to lead qualifying. Well, it was provisionally, as he takes that first round. Simner into second. We've also got obviously the Pro and the Pro-Am. Busby slaps one in there to go fastest in LMP2 Pro and fastest of all the LMP2s so far. So a shout out to Nathan Willoughby, who's out-qualified his fellow Effect teammate, from the sister team. Willoughby from Carbon, Club Sport from Hugendorn. But he's out-qualified a Pro, and that's what we like to see. Of course, didn't have the best of times during the GT3 season, and didn't see him for large parts of it. Hopefully it's going to be a little bit different situation in today. One to watch out for. And his first lap time to lead is this guy, Jack Barker, the privateer. Always one to watch out for. Had a great season in GT3 last season. That's securing that Pro-Am category. Can he do it again in LMP2 Pro-Am? Certainly not with his first lap time to lead. He's going to come across the line. Looking to get a bit of a banker in here. Pay for Old Dudes in Cars goes up to 22nd. Form displaced by this guy on screen right now. Jack Barker gets the time in. Busby and Simner. Well, I thought Simner traded lap times with him. Busby pulls into the pits. They're all coming in, refueling. New set of tyres. They'll go again at the halfway stage in LMP2 qualifying. Across the line there. No improvement from him. Currently residing 25th overall, 6th in LMP2 Pro-Am. Too much longer left in the session. Remember, we've got 4 minutes left, and it's got time to have a bit of a chill now. Think about what we've got coming up for us. Of course, out laps now for pretty much the entirety of the field in LMP2. Coming up in, what, only 4 minutes away now. GT3 will take to the track. It's going to secure the first qualifying pole position in class for that one. Got a busy old season, 8 rounds. This is the first of the 8. Before we made through the gears. Some absolute barnstorms to become. Personally, I'm the purist. Can't wait for that 90-minute race at Le Mans. All the other races this season being 60 minutes. But Marone on a good lap there right now is Ethan Marone. Personal best, DCW driver. See what he's going to put in place here as he runs to the line. Surely it's going to move him up. He's only 0.04 of a second behind his fellow DCW driver, Mark Collicott. It's through the timing beam, and yeah, well, doesn't just move up 1 place, moves up 2, past Daniel Pay as well of Old Deuce in Cars. Tim done. Right, who else is on good laps? Emil Koopman's on a good one. Dutchman's got his sleeve in the 911. FX Simulations Club Sports. I mean, it is a bit of a mouthful. And we will be dropping these simulations possibly. I don't know. We'll find out when it gets all a bit exciting later on. Of course, the opening stage is always treacherous. These guys around about perhaps 4 to 7. You've got the pass-throughs happening for the respective classes. Not quite as soon as when you used to get in the odd Allen P1 cars back in the day. So these, although having hybrid deployment, there we go, good enough for second. Displaces Simner, who's also, well, on a mixed bag lap here. Has he got just over a 10th up his sleeve to retake second place from Koopmans? And the answer to that one is no. Jack Barker on a good lap. So is Willoughby. Willoughby Barker across the line first. Let's see what he manages to achieve. Previous best is a 1:33.68. Only 100th of a second behind Foreman, the privateer, who lines up second in class at the moment, 21st overall. Oh, and it's pole position provisionally. And Hugendorf moves up to second in class in LMP2 Pro as well. It's all changed, nearly. Willoughby, what about for him? No, yeah, he retakes it from Barker. And right now, we are looking like an absolute lockout for FX Simulations. So, well, you can see that. Well, look at. I tell you what. Look at the traffic jam going on right down the end of pit road here. Effect pole in GTP, pole in LMP2 Pro, and pole in LMP2 Pro-Am. One of the Mustangs. Is that? Yeah, it's that Sean Cranley Swash. It is. Having a cheeky little like. Oh, there's a great big gap there. I'm going to sneak through it. Thank you very much. Flashing lights there from one of the Corvettes. It's going to lead them out onto track. Foreman coming across the line. Is it any improvement? An improvement in the final sector, but no improvement in time as all the GT3s blast out of pit road. 20 cars in this class. Split across the two classes, but sorry, 30, isn't it? Apologies, man. Having a bit of a moment here. It's the heat just getting to me. Right, who's going to take this one? Who is going to take this one? Well, I can tell you, it will not be a washout, a whitewash for effect, because they don't have any cars. GT3. Olympus, really, they're only running in the GTP category, so let's see much of them elsewhere. I want to watch out for definitely after a good season. Campus Tunstead in the GT3 season, just finished up. Back in the Porsche for Peak Sim Racing, in the 104. He'll be one to watch out for. He's running in the Pro-Am, so Pro category, even, apologies, for Peak, and definitely one of the drivers to watch out for. Who else have we got that? I tell you what, you know, Darren Sharples could be another one. I tell you what, to keep half an eye out on in the Porsche. We're picking all Porsches so far. So, well, Ruben Bearings is another one as well. Had a really good time last season. Pulled off some great results in GT3. Make the switch across to the Lamborghini now. We've got a real mixed bag here. Porsche, Audi, Corvette, Ferrari, Ford, Lamborghini. All represented. No Mercedes, interestingly. And no BMW. BMW seems to be coming a bit slowest at the moment in all of the. I've just looked up to chat, and well, tell you what, you're all busy in there, aren't you? We'll come to that very shortly. It's lost my train of thought. So, yeah, I've got it back now. I've got it back. BMW coming up quite low in what I've seen in like BAP testings. It's been the Swiss Army knife, the old faithful, hasn't it? It's great at everything. And I think, well, it'd be rude not to. I think I've got to mention this guy, Sean Crowley-Swash. We go back time. Did my first ever broadcast with this guy. It was here at UKSR or Sim Racing UK. It was back in the day. GT3 Season 1. And some of the things he used to say in my ear about, like, oh, what are they doing? And stuff like that. Oh, Sean, it's cool coming back now. I tell you what, of the new cars, I just got to say this Ford definitely sounds the best compared to the Corvette. It's got pure NASCAR vibes. Right, I've seen you've all been busy in chat. Let's get some times in. The drivers are getting times in. What have you all been saying there? Nobody is here for the dentist class. Get the GT3 rolling chicanes on the track. Right, okay. Sean Crowley-Swash takes it to pole initially. Well, he's got pole in Pro-Am. Tillings goes pole in Pro in the Corvette before Ryan Davies at Tiki Simsport takes that away from him. Plenty of great times coming in. Sharples top of Pro-Am in these initial stages. Daniels as well. What's Ruben Behrings up to in that Lamborghini? Time deleted for him. Deleted for Nathan Allul as well. And Jacko Taylor. Cy Hartley, did he get a time in? Yes, he did. No time deleted for him. He goes 5th in class in that Tiki Simsport Ferrari. Right, first pass through, done. First pass through, done. Right. Next pass through, here to come. Who's going to be top next time around? Going to take this one. The driver is largely... Oh, I think she's having a quick bit of a reset. Yeah, a lot of the drivers electing to stay out there rather than... It's supposed to have been LMP2, and it just seems to favour that car. Joel Dutton just moving up to 12th in AM. Setting LMP2s that seem to favour that shorter, stint of, a one-lap wonder. Everyone else going for 2 or 3 laps. Couric. Oh, wow, moved to second before Ryan Davis slaps it on pole. New pole sitter in GT3 Pro. Ruben Behrings as well. He got a time in, and it was good enough for pole in that Lamborghini. DCW working well together there here in this early stages. I think, is that David? No, it's not. It's not one of the Lamborghinis for DCW Blue. That will be Tom Weston working with Behrings. So Weston sacrificing his lap in Pro to allow Behrings to out-qualify him, the Pro-Am driver, and secure that Pro-Am pole for now. 4 minutes left on the clock with a bit of change. Thomas Cope TC, buongiorno to you. 36 Rally. Oh, hi, Tim. Hiya, David. Hiya. Behrings, great lap, well done. Exactly, Matty Watt, exactly. Designer Gaming, Ferrari voice. Go checking. Those, yeah. Phew, that was a tough one. New Willoughby would have the pace, though. That's from Jack Barker. Those two starting on front row in their class. Being LMP2 Pro-Am. Right, Joel Dutton, you are on a good lap, my friend. Let's get you locked in, locked on. I can't see you in the list. Where have you gone? I will find you. Joe Pinder, you can have a bit of limelight now. Ah, Dutton. That's going to be surely him moving up. Yeah, it does. There he is in the lone Audi. Got there in the end for Coyote Racing. The 13, unlucky for some. Incidentally, he goes into 12 in class. Jacko Taylor, yet to set a time. There he is, the Tiki Simsport driver. The only driver not to set a time, incidentally, in qualifying. Across all classes, track limit excursions. They aren't easy to pick up around here. Can be a little bit tricky, to say the least. tell you what, it ain't half warm here, isn't it? John Davis on a good one there. Who else? Right. Let's try and catch you in some of these. McCurrick, what are you doing? No real improvements coming out here late on. And this is getting really into the depths of qualifying, really at the business end here. So where you need to pull out your best laps. Really save the best till last. Tunstall moving in the middle sector. Joel Dutton up. Personal best is sector 1. So's Jacko Taylor. I'll tell you what, come on, Jacko, you can do it, my friend. What are we going to see from McCurrick? As he crossed the line. And it was a personal best last time around, and I think that's its time deleted. Right. Come on, Jacko. You're going to stick with you. No pressure, my friend. Surely a time on the board. You're not going to be the only one. 51 cars in the field today. Stacked grid of runners and riders. Running to the line. Come on, Jacko. Surely it's got to be something. And it is. And there you go. It's good enough for second. Didn't need the other laps. And it's a Tiki Sim Sport 1-2 at the top of GT3 Pro. Anstis for Team Potato and the Corvette. He goes to 4th in class. Oh, Jacko Taylor, you've done me proud. Andy Jones just displaced. Oh, he's knocked him off that front row. He takes the new pole and takes away that 1-2 for Tiki Sim Sports. Ryan Davis, what are you doing? Well, it's personal best in Sector 1, personal best in Sector 2. Is this going to be the new pole position lap? Incoming. He cuts the timing beam. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? We wait for it to update, and it's an improvement in time, but he, wow, look at 400 of a second slower than Jones for DCW. He's going to take that pole position in Pro. Still Pro-Am to be decided. Those sharples, he's not really on an improving lap. So it looks like it's going to be Ruben Baring. So it's going to be a DCW Lockhart of pole positions in GT3 across the Pro and the Pro-Am categories. Oh. Came for, folks, what we came for. Checker flag this out there. He is, old Barney, waving it furiously. Taylor's, is he going for this again? Is he going, well, no improvement in the final sector. Is it the improvement in time? It is, but it's only good enough to remain third. And you have to wonder, if he got those previous 2 laps in, he felt that he could push just maybe that little bit more, what would he have achieved? Wow, I'll tell you what, folks, that wasn't a bad qualifying, was it, for the first one of the season? Just waiting for the last few drivers to come around. Alan's going to cross the line. Any improvement time for him? No, he goes slower by 0.13 of a second. Yeah, no real improvements going on out there. Got to wait for the session to click it over now. So what about that? I'd tell you what, if you were a betting person, it's the old phrase there of betting man, but we can't say that in this day and age. Rightly so. Effect lockout prototypes, DCW lockout GT3s. Not a bad start to the season for those 2 teams. Not a bad start. That is the end of qualifying. Just taking a bit of scenery right now. So we're going to wait for the session to transition over, not too far away from that happening. Now everyone is, yeah, everyone's off the track. So, good time to mention. See the links down below if you're watching across on good old YouTube. How to join the community. Oh, there we go. We're transitioning sessions. And of course, if you're watching on Twitch, you won't be able to see those. uksimracing.co.uk. Don't forget us a like, share, all that jazz. You know the drill. You know the drill. Of course, if you've got Amazon Prime and you've got that link to your Twitch account, I mean, if you haven't, I mean, it is 2024. Where are you? What are you doing with your life? Have a word with yourself. But, of course, you can subscribe to the channel. All the funds and proceeds go from that. Now go back towards the running of the channel. And the Discord, sorry. Have a little look at the grid. A little cheeky look. This is going to line up for the first race of the season. No less. It is Labette on pole for effect. Van der Waal of Olympus joins him on the front row with Campbell and Wilson, two effect cars right behind them. Sedgley and Cope make up an all Olympus row 3. Oh, that's vying to be spicy right from the off. Thompson and Newman make up row 4. Well, row 5 of the top 10 completed by Alan McGregor and Sam Sherwood. Sophia Redpath and Ben Cullen make up a Olympus versus Effect row 6. Well, row 7 is Cy Anthony and John Eddowes. Ryan Moles for ProTech is going to complete the 15-car grid in GTP. Busby taking that pole position in LMP2. And LMP2 Pro, obviously, thus doing so. He's joined on the front row by his teammate Danny Hugan and Emil Koexman running well too. Richard Simler, though, in for a bit of a battle, but if anyone could do it, it is Simner. Willoughby making it a double pole in LMP2 and across all the prototypes, in fact, for effect. Jack Barker, the privateer, joins him on the front row with Sabas, Foreman, and Marone taking up to 24th overall. Daniel Pay and Mark Collicott make up the last completely, while Alistair Pollock completes the LMP2 grid. Andy Jones and Ryan Davis, going to have to budge these up slightly more, but effectively make the front row in GT3 with Jacko Taylor and Nathan Allul on the second row. McGurk and Tilling are on row 3 of GT3, where row 4 sees Tunstead next to Daniels. Ruben Bearings is top of Pro-Am. Congratulations for him and double for DCW. He's joined by Darren Sharples. Tom Weston might be a bit disappointing with that one. He's Sean Cranley Swash next to him. Dave Robson and Nathan Anstice, while Nathan Conley and John Davis line up next to one another. The 22nd row of the grid overall is Allen with Murray, Windsor and Cy Hartley. Joe Pinder is next to Joel Dutton. Guy Kalau and Smith are going to complete the grid. Right. Let's have a check-in with chat. As always, it's always a good chance to do so. Right, go Cy from 306 Rally. That must be Cy Anthony, I'm guessing. Wrong page. Can you refresh? Oh, Sean, there's always one. I tell you what, he used to moan. Oh, right, about drivers. Right, okay, let's... we're going to throw up a quick screen. And we'll be back while it refreshes so you don't see some horrificness. Oh, I failed. It all went wrong. It all went wrong. Never mind. Right, okay. Try to be professional, and it just ends in tears. Everyone's paint's loading back in. So, who takes it? Who takes this one? Andy Jones, get in from May Wild. Looking like a DCW lockout in both GT3 classes. You weren't wrong, Matty Wild. Right. Dig deep, folks. Get excited. Get hyped. Because coming your way is 60 minutes of action. Oh, there's a spin in the background. Who is that? Who is that? Is that John Eddowes? Yes, it is. In the Acura Batiki Sim Sport already having a bit of an issue there. How he's quite managed to loop that one, but well, I can't talk because, you know, been there, done it, got the t-shirt, can't, you know, the last person who should be critical of course, drivers who, well, I know some of them have got their webcams on. Thank you for doing so. Right, Porsche 911 safety car, not far away from pulling in. Can we see it down? No, we're going to see it. No, not really. We give that one a miss. Right, there's Barney. Flag out. Let's get ready to go racing for the first time this season. As we are green, we are away, and we're heading down to turn 1 for the first time this season. This race, and it's Lebet who's going to control things. Van der Waals moving through. It's still Olympus, and well, they're dropping a little bit in these early stages. Cy Anthony spinning out. Oh, there's a bit of action. He's got it back together again, only just as the LMP2 field all make their way through, as here comes GT3 making their way through, as that looks like an effect car, possibly one of the effect prototypes off. Oh, there's a couple of them off here in these early stages, as it's all, well, pedestrian there, as that Alistair Pollock. Oh, there's big contact. It was going to happen. He was stranded, pointing the wrong way on the outside of the curve. And I think he's taken some of his fellow DCW drivers with him, and that's going to shake things up as Patrick Thomson, well, he's at the Apex Racing studios there. His camera's froze. Is his PC froze? No, his PC hasn't froze. I mean, but... Or is it just a picture and it's just fooling me? I thought he's got his video camera set up. Nicely done, though. But yeah, at the HQ there, by the looks of things, nicely done. But wow, that's going to be a long afternoon for him to claw that way back through. Well, there's one of the drivers affected, Jason Foreman. Down to the back of the field, but up front, coming round to complete lap 1, it is Lebet who's going to lead here from Campbell. Sedgley, Olympus driver, moved up 2 places, but the expense of Van der Waals, who's dropped 2 to 4th. Wilson dropped 1 down to 5th. Ben Cullen on an absolute flyer. It's Acura 1 through 9 overall. Other classes, other makes faring badly. Oh, as they say that, John Edhouse has lost it down to turn 1. Not gone well for him, and I tell you what, those GCPs are struggling in these early stages. Busby still leads LMP2, but he's got Simner coming along for the ride. He's picked up 2 places early on for DCW. Got the 2 Club Sport Effect simulation cars behind of Hugendorn, who's, well, dropped to 1 place. So has Koopmans, both at the expense, obviously, at Simner. Willoughby, is he just about in the background there? Yeah, he's coming along for the ride too, trying to tag himself along. Cy Anthony making his way through past these LMP2s right now. Let's have a look down into class, and let's move down to GT3, where Andy Jones still leads, and it's still a DCW lead in both GT3 categories. Ruben Bering's holding on to that, to Am in the Lamborghini and the 91 machine. They're looking clean, they're looking comfortable. We have lost Sharples though, caught up in that early action where it just all kicked off. They're about halfway, so the tail end, you can see from the track map at the top right in the corner, they're halfway through the lap as GCP begin their next lap, lap 3 of the race for them. We're not far away from the first pass through. That's where it's going to get wild. It's going to get a bit crazy, but it's already doing so. As Campbell having a real, well, looking at Lebet, but then coming in pressure from Sedgley, who's really in attack mode. The 2 Olympus drivers, Sedgley and Van der Waals, they're ganging up on the effect cars up front. Who's going to win out? I tell you what, Sedgley, he's looking racy. He is primed to strike, and it's allowing Lebet just to get away, just to give that breathing space. On board in the Acura, the 49, Olympus of Sedgley. Good afternoon so far for Sedgley, up 2 places. Right, with that gap shrinking still between the tail end of GT3 and the front end of GTP. What has Sedgley got? He's needing to find something. Mark Collicott there, just allowing Patrick Thomson on his way through. There he is. It's looking a bit close here. And that's Campbell under a lot of pressure, being moved around. Van der Waals having a go at his teammate, saying essentially, well, you've had long enough. You've had a couple of laps of trying to attack the back of Campbell. No success there. It's his turn to have a go. He's qualified on pole, but there's one Swedish driver looming in the background. It's Josh Wilson. What has he got up his sleeve? He'd love to make it an effect. Lockout and the podium overall. We found through the classes. LMP2 still being led by Busby. Effect. That's Sam Sherwood of Protect Motorsports in the Cadillac behind him, who's weirdly, I mean, despite the hybrid power system giving him extra boost, is just about keeping in check with Busby. Although it's always that treacherous moment, isn't it? You don't want to pass the leader and ruin their race. And there he goes, going to move it right around the outside. Although Busby not exactly making it very comfortable for him. Oh, he goes on by. Right, what's happening? Dan Willoughby, there he is. Not too far behind, still in lead of LMP2 Pro-Am. Andy Jones looking very comfortable. He's got about a good half a second, and also a prototype in between himself and second place, Jacko Taylor of Tiki Sim Sport in the 115. Porsche Ruben Behrings looking, well, he's looking the most comfortable of all the class leaders right now. As I thought we had a big change, big shuffle around. We haven't, we're okay. Yeah, he's looking the most comfortable of all the class leaders. He leads Lamborghini of Kevin Daniels by, well, what a good nearly second and a half there. Thompson still picking his way through. As here come the leaders. In fact, this is where it gets interesting. They're picking up that tail end of the GT3 class. As Campbell coming along for the ride, and they've pulled a bit of a gap over the Olympus drivers for the first time so far this race. 1.6 seconds the advantage to Effect versus Olympus, who are it's all getting a bit held up there. That's really brought Wilson into play against Van der Waals and Sedgley. Three of them displaced so far, but this is where it gets tricky because we're picking up bigger chunks now. Gaggles of cars. What feel like bumbling GT3s compared to these precise, lean, razor-sharp GTPs. And Lebett's chance now to extend his lead further. Campbell, incidentally, has dropped back a little bit. He's lost time in traffic, and this is what it's all about, those net gains. See Campbell just having a real push hard there, sliving, slotting, zipping into one another, but it's getting a bit angst right now, and they're all bunched up once more. Here come Olympus, they're catching at a rate of knots as Campbell's caught up in all sorts of traffic. And whereas it was a 1.6 second advantage between Campbell and Van der Waals, now it's nothing. And now here come the Olympus Acuras working together, Van der Waals and Sedgley, to close and reel in Campbell. They've got one place on the podium. They want two. They move up the inside there. LMP2 not too far away from starting to catch all this traffic. but going to find a bit of a gap. Part of the circuit he wants to, and his chance to stretch his legs, take some racing lines. Meanwhile, Campbell held up once again behind another GT3. That was Dave Robson in that Tiki Simsport Ferrari. Van Olympus need to take advantage now. They're not going to get as good of an opportunity as this to take this second place away. Van der Vors, what are you got up? Yes, Lee. Oh, there's contact. That's one of the DCW Lamborghinis. Is that Ruben Bearings? No, it's not. No, it's not. That must be Tom Weston. Oh, and it's all come to a head. And that's allowed Wilson through. As we've got 3 Olympuses all together. Sedgley, Cope. Van der Vors dropped down even further as it's all having a bit of a blink right now. Please don't break out my internet. We're okay. At a crucial stage of the race, you don't want to see it yearning. Wow. But that's broke it all up, hasn't it? And it was just that one bit of contact, wasn't it? So this is what happened to Western. It's oh, was it a bit of a tap? That's oh, almost like a netcode jump or something. Maybe that might be my end. That was when the Olympus GTPs really got caught stuck there. Wilson made it through. So has Cullen, and in fact, where has he gone? Van der Vors is in the pit lane. There he is. So he's well out of the shout, having started on the front row. Now down to 13th in class and well off the pace. And I don't see him recovering that one. Has brought Cope back into the mix though. Of course, Thomas has appeared in Porsche Cup GP on iRacing. So that appears on another channel. I applied to them. They never got back to me. Rude. Rude. But that's life. I got over it. And instead, I get to witness this great action. You don't get this on Race Bob. You definitely don't. Right. Olympus moving the way through the traffic. That's Ben Cullen. Well, it was Wilson originally. Now it's Cullen's turn to inflict more, well, damage, pain onto the Olympus stable. Closest battle out on track. Alan McGregor, actually, 2 Porsches. Porsche now making up 8th place downwards. And go, making a way through there as they approach the traffic. That's does the LMP2s now. Just where are they? No, they've cleared the traffic. They've certainly cleared GT3 Pro-Am. It's just down to the pros now. LMP2 drivers to come past. Simner has stayed in touch though. After that good start and picking up 2 places, we will revisit the start very shortly. I mean, we've had a lot happen. How are we 13 minutes into this motor race so far, folks? The action has pretty much been up front. Although, let's have a little concentrate now down in GT3. They haven't had a lot of love. And a class that does tend to go unnoticed in this format. It's the Team Potato Corvette. Still alone on some of the drivers to head on through. That is, so the Corvette behind them, that is the Wrong Stuff John Davis. Then we've got Connexus Motorsports at Joe Pinder and Joel Dutton of Coyote in the Audi, just in the background there. They've all made it through the traffic. The one that's done the best out of them is the Mustang, the 22 car of Joe Pinder, who's up 5 places in class, up into 7th in class at the moment. I think we're going to have maybe a bit of a change here as the Corvette is coming under a bit of pressure. Oh, that LMP2 there just squeezing its way through. I think that's one of the DCW cars. And then the GT3 just left to trip up over one another effectively. Still remaining as they are, of course, that Corvette and Mustang brand new to the service, fresh out the box, but it's all about the Audi. As here comes Joel Dutton, using a screaming V10 against the low-down grunt of that Mustang V8. And he's got the move done. That's past Pinder. Next up is the Wrongsters Corvette, the 62 at John Davis. They are, well, no, it's actually Cy Hartley and Tiki Simsport. There, you can just clock him in the background in that Ferrari. It's just bit by bit where these guys have been slowed up by traffic. There comes the Apex Racing Academy Acura of Patrick Thompson. I'm having a moment, ignore me. I'm out. I've been suffering. Oh, that is around Joel Dutton. Oh, and he's all, contact there with a further LMP2. All that great hard work, a beautiful little overtake on Pinder. And well, Dutton is more Dunnan now. He's into the pits, he's had to tow, and that could be, well, it's going to take him out of contention. Could even be race ending potentially for him. Gutting. Right, let's have a casual chat. Tim Derricott, main event here. Damn right. Where's Ouch and Spin been mentioned? Sunbam. Tim, what's bad pun count? 1. I'm disappointed by that in myself. Only the 1 so far. Letting the side down. Oh, hello. This is closed up a little bit, hasn't it? Campbell had lost a load of time to Labette, and now he's right on his tail. I'm trying to think of a bad pun, just especially for you, Mr. Bamper. We need you in GT3. The Rainmaster extraordinaire. God, that came up proper West Country there. Let's ride on board. I tell you what, let's switch him around. Let's go. Austin William Campbell. What have you got? Toying with his teammates. Tell you what, you can really hear those tyres being scrubbed. Never mind, rubber dub. It's rubber scrub. There you go. You ask, you get. Instantly, one of our, well, I would say one of our closest battles on track, but this one is got a little bit closer. That is the Acura, well, involved in earlier on instance. John Eddowes had a couple of spins, one into the pace car and then one on the start of lap 2 down at turn 1. Tiki Simsport coming back through the field. He lies, well, penultimate position in class, but that's because Van der Vos has had to take to the pits after that damage. Connection with Tom Weston of DCW and the Bikini. I think he's in this season. Yes, he is. Although he's looking like retirement. Darren Sharples as never got onto the grid. Yeah, Daniel Pay, Jay Foreman there, getting very close to one another. And right now, your closest battle out on track around the outside of the UK. That's Alistair Murray in the UKSR Ferrari. The only running very last. He is what lap and a half down compared to the leading GT3. All settling down now. Or is it? You never quite know, do you? You never quite know. But it seems to be calming down. It just all normally ends up in a bit of a quagmire. And a bit of a symphony of chaos. It just builds to a crescendo. Right, let's have a little look back at the start. So what happened to Cy Anthony? Oh, clattered the curb on the inside, and it was already happening just in front of him, although not really a major connection. That's why nothing really appeared too much. Sam Sherwood came off track. Oh, that could have been more concerning for the ProTech Acura. Got away with that one, though. Got away with that one. Jason Foreman had a bit of an issue. Oh, okay, so that was the car that was spinning in the background. We saw... Right, hold on, this is the one we want, this is the one we want. We're getting there eventually. Right, here we go. Pollock? Yes, it was. Did he get... Just, 3 into 1 was never going to work. And here we go, folks. This is where it gets nasty. He's a sitting duck, and, well... I mean, it flicked him back in the right direction. You've got to give it that for something. Getting tossed off by his teammate to flick him around the right way. And that definitely was not the right choice of words, Timothy. This is what happened to Thompson, Apex Academy. Oh, just being a bit too adventurous with that curb on the inside there. That's what sent him spinning around. And more carnage action. Right, back to Matt's proceedings. And it's picking up at the front end of GT3 Pro right now. As this gap's come down to 0.2 of a second. It's the two Porsches. DCW still leading Andy Jones. It's been there all race long. Jacko Taylor, but lost out to front row qualification. However, has made his way back into second place in that 115 Tiki Sim Sport car. Looking like a potential retirement there for Joe Noman. Oh, no, he's got back going again. He's just heading into the pits. Very early on, 22 minutes on the clock. So Taylor doing well for himself. We're trying to play it east, get settled into the river now. We've had the chaos at the start. We've had the first pass through. It's all just becoming, let's say, a normal race now. Is it? Is it ever? Does it ever? Way through. Right, whatever stories we got to tell you. Well, wow. Well. It's been definitely an eventful race, to say the least. Sorting bits out as we go along. Apologies for some of the names being out of place. I had to rebuild the file, as you'd love to do, just moments before the broadcast. Let's move it back up into GCP Pro though right now, and well, Acura's still reigning supreme. Wilson now coming under attack from Olympus yet again. Olympus regrouping. And now Sedgley and Cope. Full attack mode, but Benny Cullen isn't far behind. 2.5 seconds, but there's traffic that they're encountering. Could be the telling part of this race, couldn't it? And Wilson starting to, he's being the rear gunner right now for Campbell and Lobbett, but is the big point here. That's a lot of traffic ahead there for Wilson to negotiate. Will he get boxed in? Look down from the helicopter. Oh, sives his way through. He's got a DCW Porsche there just to negotiate. But look who's right on his tail. Dan Sedgley snipes his way through. Carves it up like a hot knife through butter to remain on Wilson's tail. And has Cope made it through? Well, there he is. Yes, he's come along for the ride too. Cullen lost time. He lost about 1/4 of a second through that round of traffic there. 2 Olympus versus 1 Effect. 1 place on the podium. And we've got 23 minutes complete, so 26 complete. That means we've got 34 left. Cope has a little bit of a look. Cullen needs even more time. At this point last lap it was 2.5 seconds. Now it is 3.4 for the Effect Simulation Carbon driver. He has, having started 12th though, he has picked up 6 places in class and he's going to be happy with that one. Oh dear. I've seen something's been clipped over on Twitch. I'll have a look at that later. I dread to think. Oh, no. Okay. So, change around for position here. David van der Vols have talked about talking of Olympus. John Enos getting past there. That's a pass position. But these two are, well, you can see from the ticker down below. Like we're seeing a little while ago. 23rd overall. 23rd, 24th respectively. The van der Vols and Enos are both caught up in incidents. And that's why they are well down through the field. In fact, they're behind nearly the entirety of the LMP2 field. In fact, we have got now... Oh, right, so this has changed quite a bit. So, during all the traffic, Busby's pulled out a 6-second lead over Simner. In the, well, maybe for him, aptly a 420 machine. Why he likes that number? Answers on a postcard. Answers on a postcard. I don't understand it. I'm just so innocent. I don't understand. Maybe it's just his lucky number. That's what it's going to be. So yes, he's put out a big gap in traffic. Oh, hello, hello, hello. This is all change. It's all change in the podium, in GTP, and it's argy-bargy. It's bumper cars. It's banging left, right, and centre. But Sedgley's through. And Wilson as well, some might argue, let his team down in allowing Olympus to get a foot back on the podium, and Cope is looking to inflict more pain onto Wilson. Who at the moment looks like he's starting to crumble on that pressure, and Cope looking left, he's looking right. But Wilson will use that GTP as, sorry, GT3 as a pick to keep Cope at bay for now, but he's struggling. Oh, the front end just snapping on him there, understeer City. And has he pushed it too hard? Has he scrubbed those fronts? And here comes Cope, side by side, down the start-finish straight. Who's going to yield? Who's going to give? Who's got the most electrical deployment left in? But up the inside comes Cope for Olympus. He's up into 4th, and in the space of a lap, Wilson drops 2 places from the podium, but he has another look back here under braking. He makes Cope think about it, just heading up the hill to turns 4 and 5 now. Here's another chance, and it's well. Tokyo drift on corner exit for a Swede. Pushing maybe just a little bit too hard. But that's traffic ahead, isn't it? And they're closing up once more. Sedgley is catching up on Campbell. He's got away, and there's two GT3s in front of them. Oh, beautiful move by Cope. Wilson just caught floundering there again. A big twitch on acceleration. I think his tyres have gone here. So we're starting to see pits right now. There comes Simner into pit road from second in LMP2. Pronounce Koopman's up onto that one. Nathan Willoughby riding high. I mean, he's at 7 places overall, still holding on to that lead in class. Still, incidentally, as remain, the top drivers in each of the class are still holding on to their positions. Hugendorn. Oh, a flash of the lights from Willoughby there to his teammates. Actually, no, that's Newman, isn't it? And the Protec Motorsport Porsche just ahead. Very impressing. Off you go, sir. Off you go. Oh, no! And he's around. They call him TC for short, but clearly no traction control to prevent spinning there. Thomas Cope around. Oh, and it's undone all that hard work. Cullen's through as well. And it's like nobody wants that third place. Whoever gets it ends up demoted from it. And that battle for third. And it is not going the way of Olympus here today. It is definitely Effect carrying the momentum. But they've still got a chance because this is your leader, Labette. That is Campbell just behind him. And look, just in the background there, it's those iconic colours of Olympus. Still within a shout, still in the fight. House number. Tim Darragh got house number. Oh, that was reference to Paul Busby, isn't it? Of course. Yes. I could do my best Paul Busby impression though, but I mean, I don't want to embarrass myself, really. You know, not him. But it's just how good it is. Let's have a little look down into GT3. Again, feel a bit guilty for not giving this maybe a nutshell. We've had such a good fight up the front that everything else has sort of been semi-neglected further down. Okay, we're getting some more graphics up as we get into this. Normally it's all automated, but I said earlier, lost it all. Mentally, physically. Not a good look. Right, what are we looking at, guys? What are we looking at here? We're looking at 8th place in GT3 Pro, that is Nathan Allall. Trying to find his way past John Davis of the wrong stuff. Onto the brakes they come, and will they get it stopped in time? Yes, they will. Porsche past the Corvette. Just off to one side there is the Audi of Joel Dutton, who the Dutchman was doing well early on, but of course had that spin and already took him out of the equation. Emil Koopman is trying to get to him there, heading down pit road for Effect Simulation Club Sport for him. Well, apparently it's their Apex Blisters line. I'm not sure why that's coming up there. A bit of a janky position on pit exit there, but we'll go with it. Thompson. Now, interestingly, he had a disastrous opening stage, but has picked himself up, and this shows why you should just keep on going, because he's got himself back up to 9th overall, 8th in class. Of course, that's due to Busby extending his stint out in LMP2 Pro and running 7th overall. It's a little bit naughty, that, isn't it? A little bit naughty. Bar disaster, looking good for that LMP2 win as Busby. GCP could go anyway. LMP2 at Pro-Am. I think Nathan Willoughby's looking comfortable for that one. GT3 Pro as well. We need to keep half an eye on that one. Pro-Am Well, Ruben Behrings looking again solid for that one. He's leading that by nearly 7 seconds, just over half race distance. That is an astounding result for him. Makes him sound like he's a bang average driver. He's really not. He's really not. So, this still remains for half a second. It's not your closest battle on track, however, I'll tell you what, we're going to head across to here because it's all starting to hot up and we've got an LMP2. Wow, seeing a big gap. There's, oh, siving their way through. In fact, that might well be our leaders. A lot of effect cars, prototypes moving their way through here in amongst Behrings. Daniels there, heading on down. Behrings in that DCW blue Lamborghini, just holding it together here. Sitting comfortably, doesn't want to risk anything. The car behind him, well, that's Kevin Daniels and the DDK by Equal Speed Academy Porsche. I'm sure he would like to come effectively 5th overall in GT3 with Behrings, but sometimes it's just about, you know, securing that class win, bringing it home. Right, I think it's down to prediction time. Everyone leaving it quite late on here in terms of those pit stops. And just looking now, we're getting quite a few personal bests being set. Hugendorf's heading out of pit road. Wash onto the back of Wrong Stuff's Guy Kalau, and a lovely little move through the kink there in the Mustang. Flat 6 in the Porsche, no match for the V8 of the Mustang. And a lovely move from Swash there. Thompson, incidentally, that's him just heading past. Must be now back down to 7th place, but 6th overall now for Thompson. 7th place from where he qualified, and incidentally, 2 issues from Wilson, and well, has he stopped? Yes, he has. That's why I'm feeling a bit further down. Austin William Campbell's in pit row from 2nd place. See, if you hadn't guessed already, pit window well and truly open. See the various tags on the right-hand side of the timing tower, denoting whether drivers are in or out. There goes in the foreground. That was Martin Tillings of the Tiki Sim Sport Corvette, the number 404. That's a DCW Lamborghini just behind them. Ruben Behrings, your leader in GT3 Pro-Am. He was. Conley now assumes that one. Himself, Robson and Pinder, who are all ahead in category of Behrings, are all yet to stop though. So nothing to worry about. Pick yourself up, calm it down, Ruben Behrings. Just bring it over, friends. You've got this one in the bag. You've got it in the bag. Just stay out of trouble. En route to securing. Well, there you go. There's the... Oh, there's contact on pit entry. Big moment there. And that is Labette who was leading. Oh, what has gone on there? Disaster. Oh, and more contact. Wow, I'm scrolling like mad. Apologies if you can hear my mouse wheel. We need to see what just happened there. Let's get it in. All right, I'm setting up the camera angles. We're going to have to, like, wow. It all went wrong, and, well, this could shape things. This really could shape things. Ben Cullen, now your provisional leader in GTP Pro. What the? What just happened? I'm trying to find the right moment here. Right, who was it who came? Hold on. Right, we'll get this for you if it kills me. Labette, oh, that's going to be hefty damage. Oh, and it looks like it's all going wrong for him. Cullen as well, he's had Campbell and Wilson. So Wilson he's had some cracking out laps. Right, I think we've got it, folks. Oh, and it's already happened. Oh, now. Did he get unsafe pit entry and the pit lane cameras are in the wrong position. You can hear grinding and metalwork as it all went wrong. Yeah, so this is on board. And I think that might be a penalty. So trying to work out who that was who they made contact with on pit entry. We've got so much happening. Was it Joe Pinder? Well, Joe was running. Oh no, he's had his own incident for Nearest Motorsport. Apologies. He's got that greenish livery, and around he goes. Oh, that's not a good point in the circuit. I think that's just on round towards pit entry. Flick round in time. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. Right, so Austin Willicarian now leads. Ben Cullen has let his teammates. No, he's pitted as well, so he's come out in a net fourth. Up 8th place. Ben Cullen, one that I've known, is never tends to qualify, but some magic achieves great results. Just whatever happens, happens. Busby running 5th overall. Stop it. Stop it. Yet to stop. It's only himself. Ryan Davis and Tiki Sim Sports in GT3 Pro in the Porsche. Guy Kalau, the wrong stuff. Again, another Porsche. Porsche seems to have good fuel economy in GT3. Yeah, because the other one is Cameron Smith, the privateer. 4 cars yet to stop. That's surely got to be running on fumes right now. The guy who said, well, I change up in, I'm going to do interviews this season, and he said, well, he expects me to do an extra lap to me. I'll have it nailed on and I'll be running out of fuel just over the line. I said to him, well, you've got to assume you're going to win, my friend. And right now, it's looking good for that one. Just pit stop on the way, tyres going to be changed as well. Splash of fuel, ready to go, and that's surely going to be an absolute. Oh wow! Right, Labette is retired. Oh, from race lead to retirement. He's out. He joins Daniel Pay of Old Deucing Cars from LMP to Pro-Am. Tom Weston of DCW in the Lamborghini from GT3 Pro. And Darren Sharples, GT3 Pro-Am, did not make start. Right, this hot, sweaty evening. Been very apt of the conditions in Portugal. The circuit de Algarve. Patrick Thompson is now, well, he pitted on lap 3, so he's got to be out of sync here, but he is. So expect to see him fall by the wayside. Well, that means potentially we're going to look for an effect lockout on the podium as Pierre Ridpath heads down pit road for Olympus. Oh no. Apologies about the cough. It's been hay fever related. Never a good one. Never a good one. But we coughed all weekend. Amazingly, it's been all right. Good news, non-Acura fans in GTP, because in 6th place we have Newman for Pro Tech, and then the other Pro Tech car, it's the Cadillac as Sam Sherwood. So doing much better than anticipated. Acura definitely seems to be the OP car. Busby has come back out again and straight into the lead. Oh, 18 seconds. What has happened? Richard Simner has lost a whole heap of time. He had a very long pit stop, 1 minute 40. So I'm wondering whether he got done for speeding into pit lane, potentially, because he said about 40 seconds longer than everyone else. Looking good for, still good for podium after Danny Hugendorf. Then one of the retirements, one of the 4 LMP2 Pro cars with us today. Does mean we're not going to have a lockout for effect in the LMP2 Pro category podiums. It's still on course to pick up the win in every single prototype category. DCW, not so, because I tell you what, Jacko Taylor, he's got past and he's pulled out a 5-second advantage as well. You know, you're asking, Tim, you didn't cover it. How did he do it? Well, the answer to that one, folks, is he gained 2.5 seconds in the round of pit stops. Stationary for only 2 seconds longer, but eked out another ½ second during the transition down pit lane. Did Jacko. Tiki Sim Sports, and well, right now, he's pulled out an additional 2.5 seconds to that he gained, because he was quite close to Jones, if we all remember. Wow. We're looking at lockouts for 2 teams in the respective types of cars. It's not going to happen, is it? Unless Jacko has a wacko moment. There we go. DCW will not be dominating GT3. Bearing still holds on to his lead. Sean Crowley Swash is looking good for 2nd place in that Pro-Am category. Bearing's going to hang on to his lead though. It's all gone calm. More into the pit lane comes Cameron Smith from GT3 Pro-Am. Sedgley still in the pit lane. He's sat camped out there. Sad to see. We've had, what, 5 retirements so far tonight, plus 1 non-starter. Lost 2 old dudes in cars. Cars? Does that work? I think it must do. So I can see there's a bit of a chin wag going on. Got there. Oh! David Lawson and Murray Lincoln. 2 OGs of the UKSR community. My chair creaks. Yearning for that one. Ooh. No, Jacko Taylor. Wow, I said all he had to do was bring it home. Oh no, it's the curse of the commentator. Oh, and he carried the speed off the corner and got caught into the back of, who was it? It was one of the DCW Lamborghinis, wasn't it? Right, I'm not too sure which one it was. Bearing's still good though for that one. So that now means, well, we're back on, aren't we? Oh, Jacko Taylor. I mean, left it late in qualifying, got knocked off the front row, after having his first two hot laps deleted due to off-track infringements. And then gets himself into the lead. Flash the lights there from Andy Jones. That DCW 441 Porsche. Joel Dutton's also had an incident out on track. Let's check in what's happened to Joel. Oh, howdy do, howdy things. So yes, we're now back to lockouts in respective classes. Thompson's still needing to stop. It's a member in GTP. So that's actually looking still very much like will be a lockout there for those guys of effect. I'll bring it on the Mass Effect in some ways. So we've got Enter inside the last 9 minutes here. From the season opener, Algarve or Portimao, whatever you want to call it. Either way, has not disappointed. It has been a cracker of an opener. It's had drama, excitement in abundance every step of the way. And now it's the closing laps. Track, as you see from the track map in the top right, very evenly spread out. Oh, the driver's just trying to bring this one home. Well, love to know your thoughts. New season, new beginnings. Who's just going to be your favourite to walk away with titles in the respective categories? It's going to be definitely a interesting season as something's happened to Rob Windsor. To Tato Corvette, and well, we've seen a few of those today. Definitely seen a few of those today. So Casper Tunstead of Peak Sim Racing, he's had a good solid race to open his account this season. Some might have expected a bit more from him, but Jones has just been him, Taylor, all been at a different level tonight. Most positions climbed overall. Well, do we say overall, do we say in class? So if you go in class, your winner tonight, well, assuming we stay where we are, in fact, it's going to gain another one. It's going to be Ben Cullen, who, despite starting 12th in category and on the grid, looks like he's going to finish third. He will be at 9 spots once Patrick Thompson, who stops all the way back on lap 3, comes in. I mean, unless he manages to fuel save his way around this one. If he does, I tell you what, hats off to you. He is going to drop a few places from it, though. Let's, oh, hello. Why? Thomas Coe. That looks like a drive-through to me. It does. He's been in and had a splash and dash. That'd be strange. I think that might be. Let's have a little look. And I think this could be an instant point limit related issue. It's going to head down pit road. That car is not moving across to its box early on. Yeah, that's a drive-through. It goes from bad to worse for Olympus. Really taking that initial fight to effect in GTP. It all falls apart at the death. We've got 5 minutes left on the clock, and I tell you what, this Apex Racing Academy Acura is not, well, it's not laying up at all. And what a comeback that would be from the depths. Pit stop early on lap 3. I mean, he only stopped for 70. I mean, surely this has got to stop at some point. I mean, he's not appearing like my end. He's only stopped the once, and that was on lap 3. Haggis Hunter saying, I need to stop my mind running wild there. Looks like Busby has LMP2 in the bag. Well, it's in the bag. I mean, he's got his feet kicked up. He's on a deck chair in the sun. You know, he's got a smoking jacket on. Actually, no, he's in a high back chair. He's got a smoking jacket on, a massive cigar, rolled on the Fiver Virgin, and he's kicking back and bringing this one home. He's that much of a commanding lead. Fernando Alonso in a deck chair-esque. That's how the effect driver doing this one. This is fascinating me. I mean, he's got a... That thing's running on fumes. And it's got me fuming that I can't understand how he's managing to do it. Jason Foreman has had 2 very quick issues to one another. Gonna lose the... It says he's... Yep, loses the rear there. To get hit. It's going again, and then he has another incident very shortly after. Same incident. Okay. Panic over. Panic over. It's the only close battle out on track. This is what happens in these hour-long races, although we have a meager 2.5 minutes left on the clock here from Portimao. Bringing in the crashes now. Carl McGurrick running 4 for DCW in the Corvette. Brown goes the rear. Disaster averted. That is the one good thing about Portimao, is there are lots of runoff areas, big juicy ones, and especially with the, I say, new off-track visits, which have been around for nearly a year now. It's got to be. Thank you very much, iRacing. Do slow off when you come off track. It's no just ice skate and one-way ticket to the barrier. Got Edal's having further issues. Not been his day at the races, and there he is. There's the aftermath of it. Still looking good for 11th in class, incidentally, in that Acura. This is getting a bit close, isn't it? So, right at the death, Sebas and Morone, 2 drivers, say Morone, 2 drivers who we haven't actually spoke about all race long, are really starting to get close in these closing stages. Only 3/10 of a second separating these 2. This is all over the last podium place in LMP2. Just trying to use the Tiki SimSport Porsche there. It's a bit of a pick, it's Sebas. Holds on to it now. Not long to hold on, as we are under a minute left on the clock. Yeah, we are definitely now. We are. And that is realistically going to be this lap plus another one for these 2 drivers. Both privateers. So where is Campbell on his lap? Right, he's just started, so he's taking the white flag. 1 left to go for Austin William Campbell. And Thompson, well, he started his final lap. He can't have registered. I just don't. Was that having a bit of a chug? I don't know about you guys, but that sounds like it's having a bit of a chug my end. These two still going at it, and they are white flag in the air for these guys. Sebastian Marone, 1 to go. There's a bit of traffic ahead of them. Oh, are they going to get in the way? It's Olympus GTP, and that's going to give Sebastian the breathing space he needed. Ivan Marone, who's surely going to be furious now. Surprised he's not on the lights. It's the Olympus car that's on the lights, but that's the car that's getting in the way of this third place battle in LMP2. That's why he's using him as the pick. He's trying to position him to keep him in the way. Checker flag in the air. And that's the win there for Austin William Campbell, but who cares? Because we've got this to decide. What have you got, Ethan Marone? The DCW driver has got, well, just coming up to a third of a lap left, and he closes right into the back of Sabas. This is going to go to the line between these two. But Sabas has got the toe from that Olympus GTP. That could give him the edge that he needs coming down the start-finish straight away. 2 corners less to go. It's all about winding it up now. What do you got, Marone? I think he's too far back. It's over 4 tenths. He uses his fellow DCW car, but there's the line, and it's not enough. And Sabas is the one who holds on to it. Wow. Wow. Wilson saying, oof indeed. Now, I put out a little memento early in the week saying the drivers to head around to pit road. Thompson, how has he done that? I mean, I'm now doubting my SDK gaming because it says he stopped the back on lap 3 and he's made it home. To put in perspective, the deepest anyone ran in GTP was Ben Cullen, who went to lap 26. We're currently on lap 39. That's 13 laps, so Thompson has made his fuel last 10 extra laps. Well, it's very rare that I'm left baffled for words, but here we are again. As everyone across the line, we might be able to get you some results very, very shortly. Yeah, none of them I don't think have remembered. They're all gonna, so we're gonna have to do this old school, aren't we? Right, Matty Wild. Let's have a bit of we'll have a catch up with chat, shall we? Wow, Matty Wild, yeah, DCW double GT3 win. I'm right. Well done, Andy Jones and Ruben Bearings. Great drives from them. Also, well done to Austin William Campbell and Paul Busby. Yes, of course, those two are winners in their respective classes. Hard Charger Award goes to... Well, now, if we go positions gained overall, then we've got to give that one to Guy Kalau of the Wrong Stuff, who climbed 14 spots. Other than that, it was Ben Cullen, who climbed 8 in class, which was the winning amount per class. CS Tims, we stick together, don't we, mate? Well done all. Thanks for the broadcast, Tim. Stop it. Stop it. VRX85 over on YouTube. GJ Bearings. I don't know. Good job. There you go. I'm getting old. I don't know what these things mean. Racing the Void. Absolutely 100% the drive of the day, that surely. I mean, well, if we're talking to Patrick Thompson to eke out his fuel, I just don't understand. My tiny mind cannot compute it. Right, let's have a look at some results. Then we'll chat to some of the drivers, and then you lot can get on your way, because I know you're sick and tired of me after a while. Oh, of course, all the automation is just gone to pot. Apologies about this. Right, so race results. Apologies about the team meetings. We'll be sorted for next week. Said it all just died on me last moment. So, Austin William Campbell takes the first victory of the season, and Josh Wilson onto the podium. Patrick Thompson, driver of the day surely for Apex Racing Academy, bringing home third with the mega fuel strat there. Ben Cullen, the hard charger in class award, going to him. Up 8 places in class to finish 4th, and just missing out on the podium. Would have been 9 if Thompson had a pitted. Joe Newman 5th and Sherwood. Van der Voort be gutted by that one, finishing 7th for Olympus. It just didn't work out for Olympus in these crucial moments. Rip Parfait, Cy Anthony, I'll be happy with that one in 9th. Paul Busby winning LMP2 and on the podium, so inside the top 10. That is a great result in the 420 machine. Thomas Cope, last driver on the lead lap, and as well, only LMP2 for Busby on the lead lap as well. McGregor 12th, and we've got 2nd in P2 Pro, Emil Koopmans. Moles, then Willoughby, your winner in LMP2 Pro-Am. Barker and Marone. Hold on a minute. Oh. Sebas has picked up a penalty on that final lap. That has promoted Marone to 3rd position, because I bet Sebas now is going to lose. Yeah, there you go. He's going to lose in 40 seconds odd. Just dropped him all the way down to 19th. Wow, there you go. We've had the checkered flag and we've had drama. Still beyond it. Right, Richard Simner running out the podiums in LMP2 Pro, despite finishing behind the Pro-Am field. He had a solid race early on, keeping Busby in check, but he's fouled by the wayside. Spaz, that post-race penalty, taking him off the podium, with John Eddowes running at the top 20. Collicott and Fortman. Andy Jones for DCW picking up that GT3 Pro win for DCW. Davies and Tilling completing the podium there. McCurrick, Daniels, Ruben Bearings, 28th overall, and your winner in GT3 Pro-Am. Oh, deep breath. Tunstead, Swash, great drive for the Ford Anstey Sport Machine in the 117. 30th overall and 2nd in Pro-Am. Then it was a Lowell. Robson going to complete that podium in Pro-Am. Then Hartley, Davis, Guy Kalau, the winner for most positions, climbed up 14 for him. No prize for it, Guy, but you know, just means something to me. Anstis and Allen taking up to 38. So I clicked the wrong button. There we go. With Murray and Windsor running up your top 40. Smith, Pollock and Pender, last drivers to finish, then into retirements. Jacko Taylor, we lost him back on lap 27. Same for Dan Sedgley. Joel Dutton on lap 25. Labette, gutting for him. It's that, wow, that crazy pit entry that destroyed his chances of victory here today. I'm to retire the car on lap 25. Lap 23 for Hugo Norn. Pay, lap 19. Weston all the way back on lap 6. Darren Sharples did not make the start. Right. You guys can sit and look at that for a second, because I just need to work out what I'm doing here, because, yes, that's what we're going to do, Timothy. Right, let's go and have a look, see who's sat waiting by. Hopefully, there's some people. Oh, look at them. They're all well behaved. They've all done something. Well done, drivers. That's what we like to see. Okay. Right. Now, here we go. This could all end in an absolute disaster. Let's find out. That's set up? No. Oh dear. It's always good when everything goes to plan, isn't it, really? Right, we're going to do this old school way. Right, okay. We'll abandon that. it's all, you know, when everything just goes to pot. Right, let's try and pick up our race winner. Where is he? Where is he? He is Nathan Willoughby, isn't he? And he's join in now. Nathan, congratulations, Nathan Willoughby. No, you there? Can you hear me? No, he's disappeared. That's why. Or no, it hasn't moved him across. Oh, please say they've. No. Okay, right. We're going to pick out another one. Let's go to. We'll start off with GT3 Pro. He moved across. Oh, if I turn myself off mute, there we go. That should make him audible. Andy Jones, congratulations, that win over in category. I mean, you've got to be surprised that. It looked like you'd lost it towards the end, and then by a bit of luck and blind faith, picked it back up again.
Yeah, it was mainly luck, I think. Yeah, it was. I was holding on basically for the whole race. I think if Jacko got in front of me, he was going to go anyway. So he seemed a bit quicker with the traffic racing. But then pit stops, he pitted there, and I lost, I think, about 3 seconds in traffic the laps after. So he came out 4 seconds ahead and kind of maintained for a bit, and then he got to 6, and then all of a sudden there was a Tiki Sport facing the wrong way, and I was like, oh, I hope that's him, and he was. So here we are. It's a bit unfortunate to win based on someone else crashing, but yeah, I'll take it if I can.
Yeah, one of those things, really, isn't it?
Yep.
Just happens. Just looking at well, see the replay now. A few very aptly heading down pit lane. Were you aware of what was happening behind you?
Oh, yeah, because I think one of our other drivers was involved, and all of a sudden there were cars upside down and in the air. Yeah, because we're in chat with David at the same time. He goes, well, I'm pitting this lap, so I got in front of kindly, officer, let's slow down. So I got in front of him. Otherwise, yeah, I probably would have been involved in that. So yeah, again, a bit of a lucky race. So yeah, can't complain.
Well, definitely. I mean, rolling on, you know, throughout the season. I mean, what a way to kick-start your season. Anything particular that you're looking forward to, or you know, tracks you think, you know what, I already fancy my chances there?
I'm not looking forward to Le Mans because it just seems to be loads of slowdowns, and I think I'm missing 2 races this season anyway. So we'll probably have to get very lucky in the championship to do anything. But it's good fun anyway, and I enjoy motoclass. So.
Well, as you don't, I used to really like you, Andy, but as you don't like Le Mans, that's the end of your interview, my friend.
I like it in real life. It's just awful on this. Or I'm awful at it.
Still the wrong answer, but we'll let you off. Congratulations, Andy Jones, DCW winner in GT3 Pro. Let's have a bit of a move through the classes. Next up, we're going to go to. Let's go. We'll move. We'll alternate. Well, let's get across into prototypes now, and we're going to be joined by one Mr. Paul Busby, no less. Well, I mean, what can you say? I mean, a pretty dominant display. I mean, and as well to boot, you know, finishing inside the top 10.
Hey, Tim. Yeah, it was a good day out, to be honest. Really happy with how the race went. There was quite a few sketchy moments in the first sort of 10, 15 minutes. But yeah, just kept it safe. Managed to hold the charging Mr. Simnor off for the first little while of the race, and then just opened up a bit of a gap in traffic, and then it was just about managing it from there.
We saw you get into all sorts of battles with the GTPs having to recover and come back through. Just sort of, what sort of difference, you know, how that sort of affects your nerves, your race, you know, was it because at points you seem to be quicker or as quick as them through certainly sort of like the middle section of the circuit where it gets really twisty.
Yeah, it's quite difficult around here with GTPs because there's only really 2 straights that they get the advantage really through the middle bits. I think where the LMP2 is a bit lighter, it's a bit more nimble through the twisty stuff. I think we can protect the tyres a little bit. We can get back on the gas a little bit earlier, and it just makes our exits a little bit easier. So, like I say, it's just about keeping it safe and just keeping my eyes peeled and making sure that any twitchy GTPs I gave them enough room, you know.
And as affecting manager as well, you've got to be happy. I mean, prototypes, you've won every single prototype category. Obviously, GTP, yourself, LMP2 Pro, and LMP2 Pro Am with Nathan Willoughby. I mean, wow, it couldn't be a much better start to the race. The season.
Yeah, really proud of the boys. I guess it's quite well known that we're a prototype team more than anything. I mean, we do have a few GT3 guys, but we are mainly specialising in the protos. So to go out and show what we can do in the first round of the championship, it's good vibe, mate. Looking forward to the rest of them.
Oh, definitely. Well, congratulations, you win it in LMP2 Pro. That's Paul Busby for Effect Simulation. We're going to have a move across now. It's a bit of a switch up. Well, remaining in LMP, will it let me move him? Well, that's nice and handy. So Nathan Willoughby, you'll have to sit there for a moment. Let's move down. I'll tell you what, we'll keep this alternating theme up going. Next up, let's head back to GT3. And it doesn't help that I'm a bloke, so I've just typed in the word GT3 as I spoke to it, which it's not always best, is it? But tell you what, we're going to have a chat to one Ruben Bearings, who picked up the class victory down in GT3 Pro Am for DCW in that Lamborghini. Ruben, congratulations! Great way to start your season. I mean, you seem to have it really, really comfortable out there. Built up a commanding lead early on and didn't seem to look back from it.
Yeah, it was a really spicy lap one, seeing one of your own turning the wrong way. Yeah, it was, I think, Sharples who get collected, and that gave me quite a gap, so yeah.
And, I mean, you're right in the middle of all that. I mean, it's probably the worst part of the circuit because you come across that, obviously, turn 4, 5 sort of section where you're just cresting a hill, and all of a sudden there's a car pointing in the wrong direction, right on the racing line. I mean, you must have breathed a big sigh of relief when you made your way through that one completely clean. Was it more luck, or was it, a bit of skill driving from yourself?
Well, I got a bit lucky because I had a clear view on the incident, so I could comfortably get out of the way. But I think Sharples behind me just saw him too late because I was blocking his view, I guess.
Yes, yeah, it was one of these things. Hey, it happens. But I mean, looking ahead, I mean, surely this is seeing how you've won today. Excuse me. It's going to put you in, real sort of positive vibes. Looking forward to the season ahead of really achieving something this season.
Yeah, I'm really happy with this victory. Changing to the Lambo was quite tricky. I had difficulties getting used to it at the start, but it turned out well, and I look forward to more races with it.
Definitely. Well, congratulations. We'll let you go. That's Ruben Bearings. You win it in GT3 Pro Am for DCW. Right, next up, he sat there, and I'm going to have to talk to him because I'm confused. You're confused. Everyone's confused. How the frig did he manage it? Okay. You see, I see enough queued up. Patrick Thompson of Apex Racing Academy joins us. Patrick, how have you, according to my log, you've stopped on lap 3 and then you've made it the entirety of the rest of the race without stopping again? A, is that correct? And B, just how? That is a mega stint.
Definitely correct. I had a bit of a moment already lap 1, I don't know, turn 5, like the hairpin. I was following the car in front of me, and I think, just laser focused on the apex and cut it a bit, spun around, and then had some unfortunate contact with traffic coming through, which in the end it gave me a meatball, so I didn't really have any choice. I stretched it a couple of laps to ensure that I didn't have to save too hard, but it was still quite a bit of fuel saving going on for the entirety of that race, unfortunately.
I mean, as you said, you're down, you're out, you know, you've picked up a meatball, and you just sort of picked yourself up, kept going. I mean, you finished higher than where you've started, and you've got a spot on the podium. I mean, when you just lay down that whole scenario, I mean, surely you've got to be one very, very happy man walking away from the first round of the season.
Oh yeah, I mean, my qualifying effort was significantly worse than I would have expected. So starting P7 was never really where I wanted to be, and then with that moment going down even in some of the GT3 traffic before I got the car going again, I honestly at that point, you know, it was like, am I even gonna see another GTP for the rest of this race? But you know, I just kept my head cool and churned some laps, and eventually somehow I found myself on the podium, which obviously very pleased with the with the way the race started. I was really doubting it would even turn into a top 10, let alone a podium.
Oh, definitely. Well, congratulations, Patrick. I mean, a standard result onto the podium after absolute giga stint in fuel saving and driving. Patrick Thompson there at Apex Racing Academy. Right. Let's have I'll tell you what, if you can't do it one way, you have to do it another, don't you? So I can't, for some reason, it's just good old Discord won't allow me to move Nathan Willoughby up. I know. Boo. However, now, if you can't get to him, well, you can't bring him to you, then you've got to go to him, haven't you? Nathan Willoughby, Nathan, I can't move you up to the normal place, but, I mean, congratulations, rounding out a lockout for effect in the prototype class and, you know, a win for yourself.
Yeah, no, it's a great result, and yeah, the whole team's done really well today, so super happy.
I can see by he's sat on mute as well, bless him. But I mean, Jack Barker, you know, he sort of kept you true and honest. But after the round of the pit stops, you seem to eke out that gap even more so. I mean, how much of this race was just about sort of just management for you versus actually really trying to push and maintain gaps?
Yeah, to be fair, I was speaking to him earlier. He actually took all 4 tyres, so I only took rears, so I gained some free time in the pit stop there. But yeah, it's really just keeping out of trouble, which has been my biggest issue for the last couple of weeks, like switching to multi-class racing. So yeah, it's just really keeping out of trouble and keeping like a consistent lap time, you know, without sort of.
Well, I was saying in the build-up, funnily enough, you know, obviously, you know, you hit into a few woes and troubles in the GT season, that's GT3 season that we've just finished here at UKSR, and I mean, surely this has got to feel like, you know, a bit of a, you know, monkey off your back, you know, weight off your shoulders to have a clean race and walk away with a victory.
Yeah, exactly. So, and you know, we found the passion for racing as well. So, I found GT3 really hard last season, so I didn't race quite so much, especially officials. I think I only done like 6 races, so I've already done 8 or 9 already this season already. So, yeah, the more I race, the you know, the better I'll get, quicker I'll get. So, it's been a fun one. So.
Definitely. Right, well, we'll let you go. Congratulations, Nathan Willoughby there for Effect Simulation, winning in LMP2 Pro-Am. Well, let's have a bit of a... Allow those gentle folk to resume their chat. Whoa, I tell you what a round that was. I tell you what, we'll go with... Let's move some of this stuff around quick. Oh, I'll tell you what, Pro Streamer lol. Right. There we go. We've got it. We've got you. The sun's setting here. I haven't turned the light on because I've just lost track of what the time is. So the lighting is absolutely shocking. A shocking, you know, play from me. But hey ho. I mean, what a race. What a race. Season opener. Always going to be a cracker. And, well, this one didn't fail to disappoint with you. We're going to be back 1 week's time. We'll be back here from 8 p.m. UK time. We head to Germany. The short trip from Portugal to Germany is the Nürburgring on the GP circuit. Can DCW lock out GT3 again? Can Effect lock out Prototype again? Remains to be seen. make sure you join us. Week's time, Nürburgring. It's going to be epic. Thank you all so much for joining me and all your comments in the chat. Well, I will see you. I'll see you then. You have a great week. Take care of yourself. Bye.